Okay, welcome to a brand new third quarter of the school year. First assignment. And first assignment for the week of February the 2nd through February the 5th. Only one assignment this week. And it's a good size one. We're finishing up our study of the fur trade. So you can go to the folder. It says February the 2nd to the 5th. Workers of the fur trade is the assignment. Okay. There's 5 steps in this assignment. So please upload this to Notability. Okay? Thank you very much. Once you got it uploaded to Notability, here's what it looks like. So we're going to talk about step number 1 in this video. Okay? Next we'll have one more video for the other steps. But anyway, so for this assignment, you'll use the Blue Northern Lights book on page 83 or the MNHS Education app on page 5.15 to complete the following assignment. The fur trade depended on the hard work of both Europeans and American Indians. So, our essential question today is basically what were the jobs, the important jobs, and who completed these jobs that were involved in the fur trade. These important jobs, who were the people who worked them? What exactly was their job description, these jobs of the fur trade? So we're talking about 8 jobs today. So these jobs consisted of Europeans and American Indians who worked these jobs. So please follow the instructions carefully. Open a page in Notability to record this information. All right. So what I'm asking you to do is use this information in the book to describe exactly what the following people's job description was. What did they need to do to accomplish in order to complete their job? Use the information from the book. All right. So what I've done for you is you can go to the blue M right here. Go to page 5.15, chapter 5. Okay. Page 5.15. All right. It describes all 8 of these jobs. So what I've done for you is I've taken a screenshot of it and I put it on Notability so I can write on it. Okay, so our first job. So what I'm asking you to do is write down as best as you can what is the job description of these people. So first job I want you to write down is the trader. Fur trader, also known as a wintering partner. Okay? So the trader, also known as a wintering partner. So you're going to ask, what do I have to write down? You have to write down exactly what is required for you to understand what the job description is. So the more you write down, the merrier. Okay? So the trader is also known as a wintering partner. He was in charge of one or more trading posts. The more furs he collected, the more money he made. Okay? The trader could read and he could write, and he often came from a wealthy family. So this high social position, so because he came from a wealthy family, that meant that he had a lot of social status. He was important. So his high social position gave him privileges that no one else at the trading post had. So he was the boss of the fur trading post. Partners often traveled from post to post over the winter to oversee progress of the workers. Remember, he could be the boss of many fur trading posts. Oopsie, ran out of room. Okay, so he's the top dog. All right, he's the big kahuna. Next one, we got the clerk. The clerk worked under the partner. In other words, he worked under the trader. In other words, the trader was his boss. Sometimes he was put in charge of an entire trading post. Remember, the trader could be in charge of 2 or more. Sometimes he just managed the day-to-day business at the post, keeping accounts, supervising trade, and packing pelts. Like the partner, the clerk could read and write. This is important. He could read and write, but he didn't have the same high social position that the trader did. Okay? So he wasn't as important as the trader. So, next one we're going to take a look at is a voyageur. The voyageurs were the ordinary workmen of the fur trade. Okay? Spending much of their time on the water or the woods. They paddled canoes. They hauled heavy loads on their back for low pay. Low pay, people. Low pay. Their job required strength and endurance. Most were French Canadians. Few could read or write. In other words, not many knew how to read. Okay? Read or write. Remember our buddy Pierre in the book Broken Blade? He could read and write. He was the exception to the rule. So, voyageurs were Europeans. Fur traders were Europeans. Clerks were Europeans. So, next job, the hunters. They were Dakota. And they were Ojibwe men who spent the winter gathering the valuable beavers, muskrats, otters, and other animals to trade. The men used snares, metal traps, and spears to gather as many animals as possible for trade. The main method for capturing water animals, such as beavers and muskrats, was setting traps. Hunters mostly trapped in the winter when animals had the thickest fur. So what are you supposed to write down? That whole enchilada there, boys and girls. I'm sorry. That is a lot to write down, but this is all valuable information. If you could type this, that would be great. And cutting and pasting is going to give you 0 credit. Please don't do that. I can tell. You don't learn anything from cutting and pasting. The pelt preparers readied the furs for trade. They were Dakota and Ojibwe women. Hey, hello. They carefully cut the skin off the animal and they turned it inside and out. This protected the fur, which is the most valuable part to Europeans. All right, next one were the suppliers. They were also Ojibwe and Dakota, providing goods as Europeans. I have to find it, sorry. Providing suppliers, providing goods the Europeans needed to survive the winter. They provided clothing and food, especially meat, wild rice, and moccasins. Some also supplied the French and British with canoes. So suppliers, they were Native Americans. Pelt preparers, they were Native American women. All right, next we have the guides. Guides, some Ojibwe and Dakota acted as guides for Europeans. Familiar with the landscape, they helped the Europeans find their way through the woods and the rivers. So the guides were Native Americans. Another role played by the Dakota and Ojibwe was that of interpreter. So that's someone who can interpret the language. Interpreters knew Native and European languages, and they helped the traders talk and negotiate with many Ojibwe and Dakota they met along the way. So here's another job that's an interpreter. So of our 8 jobs, we have 5 that are Native Americans and 3 are fur traders. All right? I'm asking you to write down quite a bit for the fur traders and the clerks and maybe the voyageurs, but the rest is not that bad. So don't despair. All right? Thank you for your patience with this. Make sure you write this down on Notability, okay? 1 step at a time, boys and girls. 1 step at a time. This is the assignment for the week. This is the only assignment I'm giving you, so take it easy. Thank you. Another video will be coming up shortly, so pay attention.